Here's the first thing. Okay. I'm excited. I have not watched this yet, but I saw it was announced. So we gonna kick off the stream by taking a look at all the hardware announcements that Valve has come to the market with. From what I've seen on Twitter, they have announced a new Steam machine, some type of custom gaming PC that you could just order. I think there's a VR headset or something like that. That was like the rumor. Oh, and I see Digital Foundry has a hands-on with the Steam machine too. Let's take a look at that too. So let's see what they're talking about in this 6-minute video. I'm excited. We got a new player in the market, chat. A new player in the market. I mean, it's always been the big four, but Steam has always been primarily software until they got that Steam Deck. Seems like the Steam Deck was the beta test. Now they coming for heads with the console, chat. What's going on? This is good. This is good. Whether let me tell you, before we get into anything, especially because Xbox is fucking up right now, whether you're interested in this device or not, this is good. More competition. This means your PlayStation is going to get better. Your Nintendo is going to get better. Hopefully Xbox gets better. This is good news. Let's check out what they're talking about. Let me turn this thing off.
Hey everyone, this is Steam Deck. Steam Deck is our powerful, portable, handheld gaming PC that lets you take your Steam library with you anywhere. We're pretty proud of it. People who own Steam Decks have been playing everywhere, and we couldn't be happier with the response we've heard from all of you.
We're
excited to talk about the future of Steam Deck, but not today, because this isn't a video about the future of Steam Deck. This is a video about the future of Steam hardware. Today, we're announcing 3 new members of the Steam hardware lineup. All connect you with powerful PC gaming, all are optimized for gaming with Steam, and all are shipping in early 2026. Let's start with this one.
2026 just got better? They're calling it the Gabe Cube? That's funny.
This is the new Steam controller.
I don't like the way that shit look, I'm gonna be honest.
Steam games at your fingertips, so you can play wherever.
But maybe this could be a situation where maybe this feels better in the hands than it actually looks. Because the OG Xbox controller, that shit was ugly, but it did feel good in the hands. Maybe you got to get your hands on it. I would have to go to like a Best Buy and like touch it or something like that.
Whatever you want. Just like with Steam Deck,
because we ain't going to GameStop.
We want you to be able to play any game with your Steam controller, even games never built with a controller in mind. It has all the great features from Steam Deck, like
shout out to Jabacado with the sub,
and back buttons, all in a comfortable.
All the buttons, nigga.
Its next generation magnetic thumbsticks let you play with improved responsiveness and longevity. We've put capacitive touch sensors on the thumbsticks and now on the back of the controller too, so you can enable precision gyro aiming with the touch of your thumb or your pinky if you're feeling fancy.
So it's got motion controls.
Way too long with a rechargeable lithium-ion battery that allows for over 35 hours of playtime.
Okay.
With Steam Controller, we want to make charging and wireless pairing something that's actually easy. That's why we created the Puck. The Puck is a combination wireless adapter and magnetic charger included with every Steam controller. Snap it on to charge. Once you're charged.
This is crazy in 2025, 2026. In an era where a lot of companies are removing the charging cable, not only do you get a charging cable, but you get a wireless one? Come on, Valve. Come on, man. That's what we like to see.
Charged up, snap it off again.
This is good.
Bluetooth or a wired connection too. The new Steam controller works with any device running Steam or Steam Link, whether it's a PC, Mac, handheld, smartphone, Steam.
So you can use this on anything. That's cool.
Oh, this is the new Steam machine. Steam machine is.
I like it. I like the way it looks, man. It's small, just fits on a shelf. I'm not gonna lie. I like the way this looks. Clean, simple. These niggas might be in trouble, chat.
The powerful gaming PC in a small but mighty pack.
You can customize it too.
For your games on the big screen. It's quiet too.
That looks nice on the shelf.
Since it's 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck. Powered by a discrete, semi-custom AMD GPU, enabling 4K gaming at 60 frames per second with
All right, I like the form factor. I'm a little 50-50 on that controller, but 4K 60, I need to know what's the price. We're gonna let it rock. What's the price?
With FSR. Steam Machine runs SteamOS made for a bigger screen, built for gaming in your living room, your office, or wherever you play, with the rest of your PC accessories. Steam Machine borrows some great features from Steam Deck, like
SteamOS, fast suspend, okay. Desktop mode. So it can run, is it saying it can run Windows, or is it saying it's running like SteamOS and big? Seamless updates, so it's gonna be supported. Notifications, Steam input, SteamOS desktop.
lightning fast sleep and wake, an SD card slot to easily expand your storage.
Steam, so SD cloud, Steam Store, cloud saves, friends list, Steam chat, remote play, so you can use it for streaming too.
And bring some new tricks of its own, like a customizable LED strip, which can show different system functionalities, or your own light show. Steam Machine is a PC, so run whatever software you want.
I was just about to ask that. Can you mouse and keyboard? Okay, so it's a PC too. It's a mini PC.
And it works with all your favorite desktop and gaming accessories. Steam.
Oh, Lord. Oh, these niggas in trouble, chat. These niggas in trouble. These niggas is in trouble. So this shit can run Steam. You can get the Steam sales. You can use any controller, and you can run Photoshop, Adobe, YouTube, the hub. You could do anything with this. Oh, these niggas is in trouble. And you know why this Xbox is in trouble? Because this is what Xbox was rumored to be making. This hybrid gaming PC where its primary function is to play games, but if you want, you can run emulators, you can run regular Windows applications. This is what Xbox is rumored to make, and these niggas is dropping it in 26. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer, I'm sweating bullets right now. Because I said, people didn't believe me. I said, and look how some of you are responding in the chat. I said there is a market for people who want to get into PC gaming, but they're just too lazy to build it, or they don't have the time, or for whatever. They just don't want to build the PC. They don't want to pay the expensive price of doing a full build. So it could work.
The machine is designed to work hand in hand with the Steam controller, with the low latency wireless connectivity of the Steam controller puck built right in. And it's great for streaming your games to your phone, tablet, laptop, Steam Deck, or Steam Frame. Oh, yep, this is Steam Frame.
Oh my God, bro. Please get this VR shit the fuck out of my face. I'm gonna entertain it for the sake of the video, but oh my Lord.
Next generation VR hardware. Stream all your Steam games.
We don't care. Talk more about the console.
Lightweight wireless VR headset. Steam Frame uses camera-based tracking, so getting into your games is as easy as slipping on the headset and waking it up. Steam Frame controllers, included with the headset, are designed with all the inputs you need for your VR titles, like motion controls and capacitive tracking for all your fingers, as well as a split gamepad layout to work with your whole Steam library. They even feature the same magnetic thumbsticks as Steam controller for responsiveness and longevity. Steam Frame also pairs
Still gonna be nothing but a bunch of generic first-person shooters.
Seamlessly with the new Steam controller. A great companion for playing non-VR games in the headset.
Calling it now, Half-Life 3 getting announced next week as a launch title for the Steam machine next week. That would be crazy if they announced it and it's exclusive to Steam. That would be crazy.
To make sure streaming is smooth and stable no matter what, Steam Frame includes a wireless adapter that lets you stream your games from your PC to your headset over a fast and dedicated Wi-Fi 6 connection. And the game is streamed to your frame optimized for VR, using new technology that allows for the highest resolution streaming exactly where your eyes are looking. And Steam Frame is a PC, running SteamOS. In addition to streaming, you can install and play a bunch of VR and non-VR games right in the headset without a host PC. You can also expand your onboard storage.
Oh, they coming after Meta's head, so the PC's built into it. They said you don't need a PC.
To fit even more games with a micro SD card. Steam controller, Steam machine, and Steam Frame.
Not gonna lie, this might get me into PC gaming.
DNA is Steam Deck. All powered by Steam, work together, and can be used however you'd like with whatever peripherals and accessories you choose. Everything you see here is the culmination of what we've learned from our previous hardware experience and what we've wanted ourselves as gamers. Powerful PC gaming in an
price-wise, I'm thinking $400 to $450. No, because the Steam Deck is $400. They're handheld. And I saw a report that said this is 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck. Are they not going to show the price? If that's the case, I'm thinking 600 to 800.
An ecosystem, giving you more ways to enjoy the games you love and discover new ones. Steam Controller, Steam Machine, and Steam Frame are
it's coming out quick.
2026. Learn more at steampowered.com/hardware.
Look at this hands-on. I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't care about that VR headset. The controller looks okay, but that Steam Machine, I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to the engineers. The design on that Steam Machine is, first of all, it was fire. The design on the Steam Machine was fire. I liked it. Simple, to the point. It doesn't take up a shit ton of space. That is one thing I do miss about console gaming. I feel like we don't talk about that enough. These consoles have gotten bigger and fucking bigger, bro. Even the slim ones are fucking big. And then they're cheap too. The controllers be falling apart and all that shit. It's small, it's compact, it looked good on a desk. That's what I want when it comes to a fucking gaming console. Something that doesn't take up a lot of space and has a lot of horsepower and just plays the fucking games, bro. You said you copping? The unfortunate reality is I don't need this thing. I got a gaming PC with a fucking 480 Super in it, so I doubt this is more powerful than what I have. But if they price it correctly, maybe I get one for the living room for when I'm not in the mood to sit up here at my fucking setup and I just want to chill on the couch. This is a possibility I could get one. The bedroom, like it's a possibility I could get one because this is connected to my Steam account. So I mean, I could just pull up my Steam games and play there. I could be putting in work on X, Y, and Z when I'm not on stream. Smells like a giveaway. Could be a good giveaway item. There is a market up. There is a market for this. There is 100% a market for this. I gotta say, I'm impressed. And regardless if you are interested, if you're just coming into the stream, I'm gonna say it again because I said it at the beginning. Regardless if you're interested in this product or not, it looks good, and this is good for the industry, especially with Xbox folding. This is what you need to light a fire under PlayStation's ass. Every executive is sweating right now because whether you want to acknowledge it or not, the Steam Deck was a fucking disruptor. This could be a potential disruptor that's going to make niggas act right. This means your PlayStation 6 is going to be better. The next Xbox is going to be better. I don't know what's going on with Nintendo, but that's not the point. That's not the point. Why are we still mainly doing USB ports in 2025? I mean, you could get extra ports, you could to expand it or whatever. I am curious though, with this hardware announcement, how often would they refresh the hardware? I feel like they would have to refresh the hardware maybe like every 2 to 5 years or something like that. Just to keep things cool. I'm also curious to see how they're gonna present this to like retailers. Like, how are you gonna sell it? To freaking, the Walmarts, the Best Buys, the GameStops. How are they going to be able to articulate it? Because I feel like the main problem with the original Steam, because this is not the first time they've done a Steam machine. Before, in the past, like 10 years ago, the Steam machine was a licensed thing, and a bunch of different manufacturers made Steam machines. And even I, walking into the store, as somebody who's in the know, I could easily see, I was like, oh, this is confusing. All these fucking different configurations. This is what they should have did the first fucking time, bro. Fuck all that licensing the product out to other people and letting other people make it. It's one product made by Valve, and this is what it does. That's what I like. That's what I like. I think this one is poised the second time around. This one's poised for better success. And I'm looking at the response people are doing in the chat. People are like, it seems like everybody's excited. I'm seeing people saying that it's going to get them into PC gaming. Think about them Steam sales, bruh. Think about them Steam sales on the with this small form factor. I saw Phil Spencer said something. I saved the article. This is how I said Xbox is fucking nervous. Phil Spencer reminds everyone that Xbox is one of the largest publishers on Steam as it congratulates Valve on its new hardware with the enthusiasm. Let's see. In case you somehow missed it, the big PC gaming news of the day is Valve's new slate of hardware, blah, 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 blah. Let's talk about what Phil said, though. It's a big power move by Steam's team. One of the first to congratulate them was none other than Phil Spencer, the head of Microsoft. Gaming moves forward when players and developers have more ways to play, create, especially across open platforms, he wrote on Twitter. Expanding access across PC, console, and handheld devices reflects a future built on choice, core values that have guided Xbox's vision from the start. As one of the largest publishers on Steam, we welcome new options for players to access games everywhere. Congrats on today's announcement. Man, shut the fuck up, Phil. Shut the fuck up, bro. Nigga, you're nervous. We don't hear that shit. Yeah, that's a big gulp from fucking Xbox. Oh, geez. They're sweating at Xbox because what they announced today, it dropping in 2026, is what Xbox said they're going to drop in 27, 28. They're going to beat you to the punch. And I'm going to be honest, they're probably going to do it better because they're probably going to price this shit better. They're probably going to price this shit better. I'm nervous if I'm Xbox because Steam is going to be the first to do this hybrid thing. Yo, shout out to Rob with the sub. Let's yo, get off Valve's dick, Phil. Go make some games, nigga. Yo, shout out to the longevity of this might be nice too. Yeah, if they refresh it every few years, drop a Steam Machine 2, Steam Machine 3, just update the specs or whatever, it could work. It could work. Because keep in mind, here's another thing why you should be excited about this. This will be, now there are officially 4 consoles on the market. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the only game console on the market where you don't have to pay for the online. Just planting a seed. You do not have to pay for Steam, the friends list, the voice chat, capturing gameplay, clips and stuff, emulators, Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, any type of editing software, a DaVinci Resolve, browsing the internet, whatever you want to do. Stream East. All in this package. And the only question is, how much does this shit cost? I think if they price it between $500 and $800, I think $800 the max, this is a knockout of the park. I think this shit's gonna sell like hotcakes. If they price it between $500 and $800 max, I think this shit's gonna sell like hotcakes. I would not be surprised if the pre-orders sell out. Then it would be expansive. How would they make the money? Steam makes money off their software sales. What are you talking about? Steam makes 30. This thing right here that they're making is just another excuse to get more users into the Steam ecosystem. They're probably gonna take a hit on the hardware because for those unaware, and this is why Epic Games came out with their own launcher, because a lot of developers hate Steam. Steam takes 30 to 40% of sales off of every game that's sold on Steam. This is why you haven't gotten Half-Life 3 or Left 4 Dead 3. They make so much fucking money off of game sales from the percentages. This hardware is an excuse for them to generate even more money. So they're not worried about all that. They're worried about getting more of you guys into the Steam ecosystem. Because I'm gonna tell you something about PC gaming, once you go black, you don't go back, okay? It's like that. Once you get into it, it's hard to go back. So if they can suck you into their ecosystem with this thing, it's going to be hard for a lot of people to switch back to Xbox and PlayStation because you might pay a little bit more for this console, but then you're going to see them $3, $4, $5 AAA games on sale constantly. And you're going to say, you know what? And the free online, and you're going to say, you know what? I don't know if I can go back to Xbox. I don't know, man. I don't know. Holy fuck, I just realized you can put fucking mods on this console. This shit might be too powerful, bruh. You can play the modded GTA 6 when you play it. I got a PC for $450 from a friend and I rarely touch that shit. I got a job, laugh out loud. Then why are you here? Like, what was the point of your comment? Guess what comment section that was from? What was the point of your comment? This is, I got a PC for $450 from my friend. I never touch that shit because I'm employed. Why are you here? You couldn't be that fucking employed. You're still watching gaming streams. What are you talking about? I'm too cool for this PC shit, but I got it there. What was the point of your fucking comment? Like, how does that add to the fucking conversation? You let me know. Read the room. This is why I respond the way something. How does that add to the conversation? Just be quiet, bruh. We get it. You got a job. You're the only one in the room with a job. Every time I look at the YouTube chat, y'all niggas make me regret that shit. He thought it was a flex, right? What are you talking about, nigga? Anyways, let's look at this hands-on video. What are they saying? This is 51 minutes. God damn.
Super chats just remind me how much Kitty Pride loves to super chat my ear off.
I gotta leave this chat.
9.99 for the Steam Cube. This is everything Xbox wanted to be and failed at because they
$1,000. Would y'all pay $1,000? I don't know if I'm paying $1,000 for this. Don't wish that. Don't put that in the air. I appreciate the super chat, Jeff Stacks. Don't put that in the air though. I wouldn't pay $1,000. I'm not paying $1,000 for this shit. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I feel like they're smart enough to know, like, take a hit on the hardware so they can make a bunch of sales. Oh man, fuck this. This is 50 minutes. IGN got a 10-minute video. Fuck that shit.
Machines are back for the first.
Oh, that's my
time
boy
since
Mike. I know him.
Manufacturers like Alienware and Lenovo.
Let's see what they talking about.
But while those original console PC hybrids failed because the software wasn't quite there yet, and there's a lack of an appetite for it.
By the way, the reason I have a gut feeling, right? I have a gut feeling this is going to be a good console, and you know why? The day they announce the console, several platforms that break down and do reviews got the product early and are giving hands-on impressions. They are giving early access to people. They're not trying to hide this shit and make you review it the day it comes out. They're letting people touch it early. That's a sign of confidence, chat. I want you to think about it. Did we get early access to the PlayStation 5?
Paved the way for the Steam Machine's return. This time around, instead of partnering with outside manufacturers, Valve is building and releasing a singular Steam.
Also, from my experience, Steam's customer service is really super friendly. Not as facts. You can return any game for any reason as long as you didn't spend more than 2 hours on it, for those unaware.
Machine with the goal of being able to run all.
Yeah, it feels like Steam Deck was the beta for this.
Some of the technical stuff. Valve is aiming for any game available on Steam to run at 4K with upscaling techniques such as FSR. The secret behind this is.
Oh yeah, I know the orange man pressed the panic button. We gotta talk about that later. It's a big day for gaming. We gotta talk about this shit.
Is that a lot?
That might be disappointing to anyone looking to max out everything at high resolutions, but it should have plenty of power while still being relatively affordable, we assume. Now, Valve hasn't announced anything on price yet, so we spent a day at Valve playing around with it, and while we haven't had the chance to.
So I'm gonna go ahead and throw out there, because this isn't gonna be the highest of the high, it's probably gonna be somewhere between mid and high tier gaming PCs. I'm gonna go out on a whim and say that's not gonna be that big of a deal, as long as this is probably going to be comparable to power to like the PS5 Pro, right? So it's not a big deal that this is not the highest end gaming PC, because on the flip side, the advantage to, for those unaware, for the advantage to developing games on console is the developers know exactly what type of hardware they're working with. So it's easier to optimize a game for PlayStation and Xbox because every PlayStation and Xbox is exactly the same. The reason why PC games come out messy sometimes is because no two configurations are the same. So a lot of times it's them just kind of guessing and taking shots in the dark. So I wouldn't worry about this too much because I mean, look at the Steam Deck. That's not the most powerful piece of hardware, but because everyone's the same, it's easier to optimize for it. So it doesn't need to be the most powerful gaming PC ever, unless you have a pre-build. Well, no, the pre-build doesn't matter too, because with a pre-build, that's still a different PC from like mine. That's still a regular PC. This will be a console, and if it sells millions, developers out there will know there are millions of people who own this device, and they'll know exactly how to optimize for it. So no, the pre-build PCs is still the same thing as like a custom PC. So like I don't think it being not the highest end matters too much. The games will be optimized. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go out on a whim and say I predict
100 months.
I predict the same thing that they did with the Steam Deck, because for those unaware, if you have a Steam Deck, there are games on the Steam store that say it's optimized for Steam Deck. It's Steam Deck verified. There will be a new section in the coming year on Steam that says this is GabeCube verified. This game is optimized for this shit. I promise you they're gonna do that shit. Because for those unaware, it's an incentive for developers to optimize their game for the Steam Deck. When they do that, they promote their game on the front page. You don't think developers are going to optimize for this thing so they can get front page access? Come on now.
The usual gamut of gaming benchmarks.
Yeah, they said they're doing that. It's predictable. It's predictable. Is GabeCube optimized?
On the surface, the Steam Machine seems a lot like the old Steam Machine. They're both gaming PCs with a modest spec, and meant to run games on Valve's own Linux-based SteamOS. But while the originals had trouble selling, mostly due to the high prices and a lack of Linux compatibility at the time, SteamOS has changed a lot over the last decade. The biggest part of that is Proton, Valve's compatibility layer that essentially translates Windows games to Linux, allowing you to play most of Steam's vast catalog of games on SteamOS, even if they don't officially support Linux. Anyone who's used the Steam Deck over the last few years will know.
Guess my pocket's gonna be hurting next year.
Sometimes even with performance that exceeds the equivalent Windows 11 machines, as we saw with the SteamOS version of the Lenovo Legion Go S.
Shit, I could actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I could get one of these and do a dual stream setup where like I stream the game from this, but then OBS is running through my PC, so I could use this as like a game console. Like I could do that actually, and it would actually take the load off my PC.
There are a few exceptions, notably some online multiplayer games with anti-cheat software.
That might be a reason for me to buy one, like test it out.
6 and Destiny 2, but for the most part, if it's on Steam, it'll run on SteamOS. Valve let us play a variety of games on the new Steam machine, and it ran everything from Cyberpunk 2077 to Silent Hill
right off
to Metal Gear Solid Delta without any major issues. It just took some configuring to find the right graphics settings to balance performance. Of course, once we get the Steam machine,
yeah, I'm copping this. Thanks for the idea, bruh. Come on, man. I'm thinking.
It does seem like most games will run. Luckily, Valve is also taking the Steam Deck Verified program and duplicating it for the Steam machine. Soon, there will be 3 different verification badges, one each for the Steam Deck, Steam Machine, and the Steam Frame, which is Valve's new VR headset. Because the hardware isn't...
Remind me how much Kitty Pryde loves to super chat my ear off. Shut up, stupid little girl.
If Steam releases a GameCube skin for it, it's a day one for me.
Well, legally, Steam wouldn't be allowed to do that, but I could see third parties like releasing that, or like somebody releasing some type of 3D printed version that you could order. I could see that. That'd be fire to get a GameCube skin for that shit. This nigga said, what was the Barack Obama era like? Everybody was eating crab legs, nigga. It was great.
Actually out yet. We're not sure how widespread this will be, but if Deck Verified is anything to go off of, you can expect a concerted effort.
They could just release the... Yeah, they could just release the color. You're right. That's fire.
PC, but it doesn't really look like
That's actually fire.
It's a tiny black box with a slim RGB light bar across the front, mostly meant to indicate that it's on. And when I say it's tiny, I mean it. The PC is a cube that measures roughly 6-7 inches on each side and appears less than half the size of an Xbox Series.
They already said they're releasing the schematics for 3D printing custom faceplates. Chat, this is what's great about... Look at that shit. This is going to be a disruptor. They're doing things. They said, if you want a 3D faceplate, do it. We don't give a fuck. They're being very pro-consumer, bro. They said, do what you want. This is going to be a problem for Xbox, man.
It's actually closer to the size of a GameCube. The front panel is magnetic too and can be swapped out to customize the way the console looks. When we were at Valve, we saw a number of...
Competition is back.
Valve hasn't confirmed whether or not it will be selling alternative front panels, but it'll release the 3D printing file so you can make your own, and you can expect third parties to hop on as well. Because this is ostensibly a desktop PC, there's a wealth of ports. On the front, you got 2 USB-A ports right there, and a micro SD slot if you want to expand your storage. And on the back, you get DisplayPort, HDMI 2.0, 2 extra USB-A ports, and a USB-C port, along with...
I can see the ports being an issue. If somebody's on a tight budget and they want to use this not just as a game console, but as a primary PC, the limited ports could be an issue. So, but I mean, the workaround is you could order something or go to Best Buy, get like get a USB hub if you need some extra USBs. But that is but then it might get a little bit messy. But that'd be like kind of the one thing because of the small form factor, the limited ports. But you could get a USB hub.
Valve did open up the Steam machine itself so we can get a brief look at its internals. A bulk of the space is taken up by a giant heatsink, which has an exhaust fan at the back that sucks air through the front and bottom of the device.
They said it ain't gonna blow up.
To keep the device operating at a cool temperature. It's a bold design, especially considering that the Steam machine's GPU is operating with a TDP of 110 to 130 watts. We'll have to wait and see how its thermals handle load when we get the system in for review early next year though. The bottom of the Steam machine houses the SSD.
Did they say if the controller is using the Hall stick effect so it don't get the stick drift? Because if it has that, I might try the controller. I might cop it too.
Which will come in either a 512GB or 2TB NVMe 2230 drive, depending on which...
Is it loud? It does have it, bet.
And unlike the Steam Deck, the SSD slot has space for a full-sized NVMe 2280 drive, which are both more affordable and easier to find. Don't get too hopeful about upgrading the device beyond the storage though. The rest of the components are soldered on and will not be upgradable. The new Steam machine is one spec. That's a little disappointing, especially given Valve's history of letting its users do what they want with the hardware. However, this is how you get such a tight form factor like this. Given the Steam machine's console-like qualities, it will likely appeal to most people who just want a plug-and-play gaming device. For them, I suspect a lack of upgradability.
This is why I said competition is great. So their controller's coming out with the Hall effect on it, so there's no stick drift. PlayStation, you got to step your shit up, bruh. I think you could be a PlayStation fanboy. I think we all are sick and tired of fucking $70 PlayStation controllers falling apart. Nintendo, step your shit up. Xbox, step your fucking shit up, bruh. Your shit costs more. I'm tired of fucking buying new I swear to God, I go through like 2 controllers a year.
Non-issue, at least until it starts showing its age years.
And I don't throw my shit.
The machine will also be available with the new Steam controller, or without one. Whether or not you get the Steam machine bundled with the new controller, the system will have the controller's wireless receiver built in, so you don't have to worry about always having a USB port available occupied by a little dongle. This new Steam machine is powered by a custom chip made by AMD and Valve.
You said only 2? God damn, how many you going through?
And a TDP between 110 and 130 watts, which would place it roughly around a mobile RX 7600. And this is paired with a 6-core Zen 4 CPU with a TDP of around 30 watts. But despite the modest specs, the Steam machine seems to be...
It needs party chat, Discord functionality. Well, Steam has voice chat built into it, but because this is a regular gaming PC, you should be able to run Discord in theory. If it's not there, I don't see a world where that's an app that's not going to be added. I would get to tweeting that right now. Hey, make sure you got Discord on this bitch as an app. I can see what you mean. Like, I would like Discord to run within the Steam OS and not have to launch Windows. I can see what you mean.
Capable gaming PC. We played Cyberpunk 2077 at 4K with ultra preset settings and FSR set to performance, and the action stayed playable. We even went to the settings menu and turned on ray tracing, and performance seemed to stay solid.
Steam's the 2016 Cavaliers of gaming.
With Metal Gear Solid Delta. It being an Unreal Engine 5 game, mileage will vary, but I found a good middle ground with
Discord's on Linux. Okay, so you can't just download it, bet.
And getting 60 FPS at times and dipping to around the 40s at others. Things were slightly different with Silent Hill F though. After a lengthy process of installing the shaders, something every game seems to need to do these days, it defaulted to ultra settings at 4K with TSR, or temporal super resolution, instead of AMD's FSR. At these settings, Silent Hill struggled, chugging along at what seemed to be 15 to 20 FPS, not exactly what I'd call playable. After adjusting the settings down to medium at 1440p with FSR enabled, things felt much better, but this just highlights that the Steam Machine is still a gaming PC at the end of the day, for better.
Translation: ray tracing and 4K are unnecessary.
Just remind me how much Kitty Pryde loves to super chat my ear off. Shut up, stupid little girl.
Bear with me, TBH. I know the PS6 hasn't been announced yet.
Shout out to Dwayne with the $5 super chat.
If you were a betting man, PS6 or Steam Machine performance.
If you're a betting man, what do you think is going to be more powerful, the PlayStation 6 or the Steam Machine? Probably the PlayStation 6. Like, you got to keep in mind, this Steam Machine is not designed for people who want the highest end gaming PC. It's designed for convenience. It's priced to performance. This is not going to be the most powerful thing on the market. I'm pretty sure the PlayStation 6 would be more powerful.
And worse. Tweaking settings to optimize performance.
This is for people who've always wanted to get into the Steam ecosystem with the deals. It's not necessarily for somebody who's looking for the highest end experience.
It is a time-honored tradition among PC gamers, but again, might be less appealing to people who just want a plug-and-play gaming experience. Valve says it intends for the Steam Machine to be able to play all current games at 4K with FSR upscaling, but there are going to be plenty of games, especially ones running on Unreal Engine 5, where you'll have to lower settings to get it running at a smooth frame rate. If anything, it has us eager to benchmark it to see exactly what it'll be capable of. The compromises you'll have to make on quality settings will vary between games, but it appears things will at least run. It's likely that over time developers will be able to sense the Steam Machine's hardware and account for appropriate presets. After all, many games do that already with the Steam Deck, and hopefully the Steam Machine gets the same treatment. If it does though, this thing could be a serious contender in the next generation of consoles, especially as the next Xbox looks increasingly PC-like.
Said he's a nerd, he's got a Persona tattoo.
About 20% of its Steam Deck users use the official dock to connect their handheld to the TV. That might not seem like a lot, but given that Valve has shipped...
That's probably what made them want to...
product,
they probably looked at that data and that probably what made them like, you know what, we should make an actual console. Because everybody's just connecting it to the TV.
20%.
Yeah, I got it on 1.5 speed.
Number of people. However, there are limitations to running a Steam Deck on a TV. Chief among them is performance. While the Steam Deck is powerful enough for running PC games on its 800p display, it can't really handle higher resolutions very well, especially when you're connected to a 4K TV. The Steam Machine then is the answer. This is a living room gaming PC that should be able to play most games at 4K, assuming you're okay with upscaling from like 1080p or 1440p for more demanding stuff, which is increasingly common in the PC gaming
Link the video.
And while the Steam Machine will have to contend with similarly spec'd gaming PCs that can be upgraded, this isn't really intended for the do-it-yourself hardware enthusiast. Rather, this feels more like a PC for console gamers. You know, people who didn't play games on PC until the Steam Deck hit the market, or those who just want simplicity. It runs the same...
If you already have a gaming PC, does this Steam Machine make sense to get? No, especially if it's more powerful. I like me personally, I have a PC that's better than that thing, but like I was just saying, I could use it as a dual PC setup for streaming, so I could take the tax off my PC, or if I want something in my living room. It's not necessarily for people who are already in PC gaming. This is for people who are primarily console gamers that are interested in PC but just refuse to build a PC. This is who this is for.
Operating system and has the same library, only it'll be able to play games at much higher settings.
Yeah, it's more of a secondary PC or people who are new to PC.
Steam Deck. So it should avoid situations like Baldur's Gate 3, where the second you load into Act 3 on the handheld, your frame rate slows to a crawl. So if the Steam Deck made you flirt with the idea of PC gaming, the Steam Machine looks like it'll be the next logical step for you, especially as games get increasingly more demanding. For everyone else who already has a gaming PC, at least Steam as a platform is evolving. It's impossible to talk about PC hardware in 2025 without bringing up price. Devices
Not gonna lie, this kind of sold me on it.
Ally X in October to the RTX 5080 back in January have all launched with significantly higher prices compared
Hey, stop talking about Black Ops 7 in my fucking chat.
to what they would have been in previous years. Console pricing hasn't fared much better as the Switch 2 hit store shelves at $150 more than its price.
You think it'll be able to play games with mods? Yeah, because it's a full-blown PC, they said, so it'll definitely be able to run mods.
Xbox Series X have both faced price hikes within the last year.
Mods, emulators, all that shit.
Valve hasn't shared pricing for the Steam Machine yet, but they did tell us that it will be competitively priced with similarly spec'd gaming PCs. Keeping in mind that this is running a last generation GPU and processor, it could mean that pricing might end up being relatively reasonable, but we just won't know until Valve decides to share more. And we'll definitely cover that when the time comes, but the hope is that Valve keeps the Steam Machine under $1,000, hopefully, if it wants to compete with Xbox's and PlayStation space in the living room.
Yeah, you'll be able to play mouse and keyboard. They showed it in the announcement video.
It'll have to.
Yeah, the main thing is the price. That's the main thing. He said that they told him it's gonna be competitive. They got hands-on time with it. He seems to be impressed. So I'm gonna be cautiously optimistic. I just need to know the price on that. I need to know the price on that. We're gonna keep our eyes open on this, but I do like this announcement. At bare minimum, it's a disruptor. Look what the Steam Deck did for the industry. Not everybody and their mama got a fucking Steam Deck clone. Every fucking gaming PC company. I think
Hey
it bear.
everyone. This
I think
is
it-
Steam Deck.
What the fuck?
Steam Deck is our powerful portable.
I think at bare minimum, this is gonna make the console companies get on their toes and be like, damn, we need to compete for the next generation. Basically a casual gaming PC. Yep. Anything more than 700, you might as well just get a pre-built. Exactly. That's why I said like 500 to 800 max is what I want to see. At bare minimum, though, I think this is gonna put them on their toes because I have a sneaky suspicion. I don't know what the fuck Xbox gonna do. I don't know what they got going on over there, but I do have a sneaky suspicion that the PlayStation 6 might be lazy. And I'm hoping this is the type of thing that wakes them up, because if you look at it from the standpoint of Sony, Xbox is just, it's like that kid in the pool just flailing their arms trying to swim, just trying to stay afloat. They ain't worried about Microsoft. And Nintendo's not a direct competitor to PlayStation. I mean, they both do games, but they're not a direct. Nintendo's more of the family, so it's different audiences. PlayStation kind of has the hardcore lockdown this generation. And one thing about Sony is when they're winning, oh, they're gonna show it. They're not gonna give a fuck. So I'm hoping this lights a fire under their ass to compete as well too, because I want to see everybody make better products. Make that fucking PSP too. I like it. I like it. That is my first impressions of the new Steam machine that's been dubbed the Steam Cube or the Gabe Cube. I kind of like Gabe Cube better. I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna make a custom faceplate with Gabe Newell's face on it. This says Gabe Cube. Are handhelds dying out? No, handhelds are on the rise. What are you talking about? Handhelds dying out? They like 3 handhelds just released like this year. Yo, shout out to RPG Dummy. Handhelds are not dying out. It's actually the opposite. I think handhelds are on the rise. Matter of fact, I saved a video about that shit. Hold up. I think I put it in the other one. I'll take it out of here. I'll show you. Because it was to prove my point about that shit. Is it in this one? No. Was it? Oh, it's this video. I saved it. Yeah. That's actually a perfect segue. You said, are they dying? Fuck no. I think handhelds are the future, because the average gamer is 35, and that number, as we continue to get older, will go up. That average. We have responsibilities. Families, significant others, pets, kids, work, extracurricular activity, whatever the fuck you do, right? So I think handheld gaming will continue to rise again, because, you know, if you really are passionate about this shit, even if your time becomes more limited, you're gonna find a way to get it in where you fit in, right? And this TikTok came across. I was on the toilet scrolling this morning, and this came across my my For You page, and it perfectly summarized what I was talking about. I'm gonna let him speak. He was praising the Steam Deck, and it proved my point. I think this is gonna happen more, and that's why you're seeing more companies making Steam Deck clones.
I'm a 90s kid. I was born 1996. If you had a PSP, you was that guy. Listen, this is now that. Don't care. I don't care. The Steam Deck is the new PSP. Y'all not hearing me. Y'all not hearing me. Hold on. Bro, I got Xbox, PlayStation 2. Bro, it's Web of Shadows. Bro, I got all this on my Steam Deck. I'm playing Mario Kart Double Dash from the GameCube. And I got a big boy job. I'm a plumber. I don't have a lot of time like I used to. I come home, I'm always tired. Bro, this gives me my fix at work. This I can't go nowhere without this.
This video just randomly hit my For You page, and I saved it. This is exactly what I was talking. One day y'all gonna give me my flowers. I'm predicting this shit. I'm predicting this shit. There is going to be a marketplace for handhelds. It's gonna be on the rise because people have responsibilities, and you got to get it in where you fit in if you really love this shit, bro. This is some good advertisement for real. He really is advertising for Steam. This man showing his alleged games. Chill, y'all know anybody who uses an emulator buys the games. Come on, guys, we all know that. Yes, I know the Batman Static Shock comes out today. I know. How would you do a video about the history of handheld games? Like maybe I'm just saying. That's maybe. What is this? That's a maybe. It says video is unavailable. Why'd you link me a video that's unavailable? Because we can't. I'm playing games at work or not. Yeah, think about all the people who work like security jobs and just be sitting in front of the desk. You're supposed to be doing security, doing nothing, watching Netflix. If you had a Steam Deck, you can do that instead. If you got a ROG Ally, you can do that instead of watching TV. Me personally, I would want to get it. You could do both, actually. Those pocket emulators have been enticing. I can't lie. If you're on a tight budget and you can only afford one thing, I would recommend getting a Steam Deck because you can emulate on there too. Because those pocket emulators, they cost $100, $200, $300. Some of them are expensive. You might as well just get the Steam Deck so then you can get your Steam OS as well as be able to emulate, get everything basically. Wait, hold on. He said Web of Shadows. That means that thing can run Edge of Time and Shattered Dimensions. Yeah, emulating. Yeah. But yeah, that's the Steam stuff. Phil Spencer running his mouth. Oh, somebody tagged me in a tweet. They tagged me in this tweet right here. Let me see. Let me go. No, he asked me to respond to this shit just so y'all don't think I'm making shit up right here. Where is it at? What do you think? Oh, here we go. He said we need you to voice over this text right here from Hallelujah. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, so I clicked it. And apparently somebody was mad at a nigga for playing NBA 2K. The caption is, "This is NBA 2K." I presume that somebody just lost a match in the rec at 2K. They got blown out by 30, 40 points. So I would now like to present to you Gaming Theater. Nah, you really blew my night. You the reason we lost 3 games, and I don't care how many points you get. I don't care how many shots you take. You fucking talk too much, my nigga. You ruined the vibe of the hoops. Take some real criticism to this shit and stop all that yapping. You don't know what you be talking about. You are not like that. And you never been, nigga. You are mediocre at best. I deadass just had to take the time on my day to send this text message to let you know you really suck, my nigga, that bad. You want the ball in your hands all the fucking time, and that throws the game off. It throw the team off. You're not Curry. You're not Braun. You are simply fucking Dylan Brooks, who takes a few threes and gets a few dimes. Just hoop, my nigga. Fuck. Hate running wreck with this nigga, man. And ladies and gentlemen, that has been Gaming Theater. If there's anything you would like for me to read, let me know.